Hi Scott, it's Devin. This is why I am not like Ivan Ilyich. Um, for me, Ivan Ilyich was about an individual who did not live with purpose, who did not live with intention like we try and do at Andrews Hall, and the philosophy that you try and imbue in each of us. Um, and so I think important to examining if we are like or like not Ivan Ilyich, we must see if we're living intentionally or unintentionally. Um, I think a key step to making this decision is figuring out, or is actually doing this assignment, because I think that Ivan Ilyich would have a hard time asking himself if he was like Ivan Ilyich, because he never questioned himself. He always did what was expected of him, went above and beyond when it benefited him and his career, and really always had the feelers that you drew in class up, figuring out what was the most socially acceptable way to do things. And I don't think he would ever question that. So simply by asking myself this question, I think that puts me above, not above, but makes me different than Ivan Ilyich. But on the other hand, I think Ivan Ilyich, when asked to do this assignment, would have a very easy time with it, because it would he would be able to explain all the ways that he made the decisions in his life and how he believes that he's doing the right thing. And of course, he just kept justifying this until his deathbed, and when he realized that his entire life had been a lie and not been intentional at all, had been completely trivial and non-consequential. So I think it takes more than just doing this assignment to figure out if you're Ivan Ilyich or not, because you could non-genuinely do this assignment. So for me, living intentionally is about doing what truly makes you happy while making a permanent and, in Platonic terms, infinite impact on the world and on the people around you. Because I don't believe anything that Ivan Ilyich did was permanent. Um, So I guess the most difficult part of this assignment, and probably one of the reasons you'll be receiving a third or fourth recording of myself, and definitely not the first take, is because I think there's so many ways to do this non-genuinely. Um, for example, at the beginning of the book, all of his so-called acquaintances and the friends of Ivan Ilyich added to themselves that now they had to fulfill the tedious demands of the property by attending the funeral service and paying the widow a condolences call, all knowing that he's dead, but I'm not. And those last words there, that he's dead, but I'm not, really makes me question how to answer what you've posed in front of us, because I think that we can sit down at our webcams and record ourselves being Ivan Ilyich. And I might be repeating myself a little here, but I think that point is really important, that even this debunking could be sophistrophic and not really a genuine encounter. So for me, half the battle is recognition. So I'm there. But in terms of the logical process that requires debunking of an Ivan Ilyich, I really don't think there exists one. I don't think that I can point to the activities that I do in my life and say, I'm not Ivan Ilyich for these reasons. Instead, I think I can point to the relationships that I've built in my life. I I've really found a home here at Andrews, and I think that the relationships that I've built in college have been very genuine. And even though we see ourselves as maybe doing a startup together or maybe inventing something together, the relationship wasn't built for that reason. The relationship was built because we found a genuine connection together. And now we're really discovering all the exciting things that each other can do and how we're going to integrate into each other's lives for the rest of our lives. So that really is exciting for me, and really there's something very alive in me when I'm with them. I think some of my relationships in high school weren't that way. I think that a lot of my friendships were built around the debate team, and I don't know if those were as genuine as the relationships that I have now. And I think that those were very Ivan Ilyich style relationships. So I guess seeing the juxtaposition of how I behaved in high school and how I'm behaving now here in a new life helps me know that maybe some of my actions aren't very Ivan Ilyich like. However, I mean, I'm only a freshman, so I know I have a lot to learn. A lot of the things that I do now are career oriented, and I guess that's okay, but I need to figure out if they're career oriented and passion oriented, because I don't think some of the things are. And I guess my largest red flag in my life right now is PLC, because I think that PLC can produce lots of Ivan Ilyich's really easily. So I guess for me it's always about learning and about reading. I did Lincoln Douglas debate in high school, so I'm kind of a philosophy nerd. So moving forward, I'm going to continue reading all these brilliant encounters that you've provided in class. Currently working on Plato's The Republic right now. My high school mentor gave me the complete anthology of Plato's works, so going to be working through that, and really, I think, having more of these critical encounters to direct myself, because I think that even when one decides to act intentionally, we can become very unintentional in our actions and very passive when assuming or when consuming the messages around us, like the urinal example you provided first day of class. I think I've talked long enough, but yeah, it looks like I'm over time. But I just want to thank you for a great class, and hope you know that I'm working to not be like Ivan Ilyich. So thank you, Scott. Have a nice day.